Okay, second, Runa. Runa is represented by a hourglass. She's one of the two characters who have a more swoopy S shapes in them. The other one is Verner. But she, yeah, roughly, it's mostly because of her hair and her trousers. Big hair, one loop, the top bit, and her trousers are the bottom bit. So, although she should be shorter than Morten. Let's make him taller, just for the sake of scale. Otherwise, she's fairly pointy, like in her chin and her feet. She has heels, and in her like attitude, just generally, she's got pointy movements, lots of very direct body language, let's say. The trousers are not what I would call period accurate. I chose the 1810s as a time period to sort of inspire the aesthetics of this this story, mostly because of Morten, actually, because of his the very typical tin soldier uniform. Which has had to be somewhat recognizable, even if I wasn't going to use the red coat. That is even easier to recognize. I wanted to stray away from the from stereotype a little bit, and I also wanted I did not want him to look British. Because he isn't. They're supposed to be in Denmark, at least. Well, Hans Christian Andersen stories don't necessarily happen in Denmark. Most of them happen in some. Well, not most of them. Some of them do actually happen locally, but a lot of them, including some of the ones in this lineup, mostly happen somewhere in a land far away, or that is closer to the real world than you would think, but also not. So yeah, but I still wanted him to have a not British tin soldier uniform. So yeah. Anyway. Her trousers are not accurate to the period. Women did sometimes wear trouser-like garments, I think, just for practicality. But even when writing, it wasn't very popular. Her trousers are either these ones are either very very out of fashion, or 80 years ahead of the fashion curve. Her jacket is perfectly like up to the times, though. She's wearing a Spencer jacket and a delicate sort of muslin shirt underneath with a floofy collar. She's also wearing spats, because I like the look of spats, especially with higher heels. So yeah, and big hair. This is purely, again, I like to draw hair, so This is purely because I saw an animation and I liked their big hair and I wanted to draw some, and I have no other excuse because I had initially pointy shoulders, pointy elbows. See, pointy, other than the curvy shapes here. Anyway, um, she was supposed to have a hat, and then I completely forwent the hat in favor of the big hair. I used to complain a lot when I was watching series, and they would forgo helmets and hats and things, even though they're very practical garments. Um, Now I know why. It's just so much more fun to have hair to look forward to drawing. It lends so much to character and just fun. She has dual wielding. She wields dual pistols. Um, Here we have like space for powder and bullets and things. Um, this is part of the story, actually. The original story. She has a thing for knives, which apparently she canonically sleeps with in Hans Christian's The Snow Queen. She's never seen without her knife, and at the end of the story, she has pistols, which is I thought was fascinating, and I can't not include it. Um, in terms of face, uh, she's pointy in the chin, but still, she's still young. So this is what we have. It looks. Um, Much of it was determined by the big hair because the round shape needs a pointier shape. But um, I also wanted her to have very, not very, but pretty elongated features, like almond eyes and downturned nose. It's not explicitly stated in the story that she's Romani or that her crew, her crew of robbers are, but it's heavily implied, very heavily implied. So she always smirks when I draw her, although it's not quite coming out right. Anyway, it's heavily implied. He states that she has darker skin and says something about the state of the the way society doesn't quite accept her the way she is. So yeah, I wanted her to have features that echo this. I'm not being perfect about this right now. I just wanted to demonstrate some of what I'm thinking.